power of prayer, power of praying. So I must give one to the religions, and that's the power of prayer, the psychological advantage of prayers in religion. Now, how do I mean that? If there are events happening around you or inside you that you feel absolutely helpless and powerless, and you would really like to do something to change it, to make the situation better, but you don't have the tools and you don't have any power to actually really change it, this can be psychologically very daunting. And here I think comes the huge advantage of religion and religious prayer, because that's exactly the answer that religion gives you. It's you, although the situation is dire and although you have no power, if you believe, then you pray and you believe that there is a cosmic force, be it a deity or God, depends on your religion, that can actually help you or can actually change it. And that takes away a certain level of hopelessness or helplessness, because now you have an action to take, and as well you are delegating the responsibility and authority for everything that's happening around you into a higher power that you submit to. And in the submission you accept that the wisdom of the greater power will decide wisely. You know, and this leads a whole other discussion of how, for example, the mages since millennia saw a prayer not as a tool to submit to the higher power, but actually a way how to have the higher power to bend to their will, because religion is submission in a sense, mostly, predominantly, and magic is by will changing the surroundings, so basically submitting the cosmical power to your will. So both of them have this like tool, and the dispute is going on for millennia. The first spells are several millennia BC that we see where people are trying to change their health, whatever, in one way to, appealing to the gods or forcing spirits, on the other way then a submission to the higher power. But the action itself, the psychological sort of relief that may come, is something that is to be granted to the religions, because it really creates a psychological tool for the people to take action. I mean, in social media today they mostly go on and dispute this on a social media scheme, which would, in the religious perspective, more fall under what, for example, the Buddhists call the Sangha. That's the community. Right? So religion as well brings community with it. That's another form of relief. But ultimately speaking, communities are social, basically establishments, group identifications. And yes, religion is predominantly a social identification. You're born in a certain social culture area, and that means that predominantly, most probably, you end up in the religion that is there, or a social identity which is in there, and that can be a religion, that can be a sports club. But overall, when it comes to intense points of fear, things happening around, I give this to the religions. You have a tool to psychologically put some relief on the people. I will not go into what it really in end effect means, what are the consequences of it all. That could be a separated discussion that I leave to the religious scholars and psychologists, maybe even psychiatrists. But in the end, I really think this is a tool. And contrary to meditation, the aim of meditation basically is to set yourself at ease. That's calming yourself in acceptance of the dire situation you are in. But prayer is actually a way of trying to change it on your level and withdraw the responsibility, put it on a celestial authority. And I think that's a huge difference between praying and meditation, and I honestly think that this is one of the advantages of religion on a psychological level that I can identify.